Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Orange County Department of Education Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you are here. My name is Catherine, and I will be your facilitator for this session. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. If you have any questions at all, feel free to use the Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. They are here, ready and available to answer your questions. This is one of many college presentations being offered tonight, so feel free to check the schedule on the website for more. And lastly, all sessions are being recorded, including this one, and will be available at strivescan.com/COSI. We are currently in session A2, Arts, Media, and Entertainment. Where my mouse is circling is also the same order of presentations. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our very first representative from Queen's University, Canada.
All right. Thank you, Catherine. Hello, everyone. It's great to be with you this evening. I'm just going to take a moment and share my screen. All right, there we are. Well, as was mentioned, my name is Nathan, and I am excited to be with you this evening and have the opportunity to talk to you about Queen's University. First, I'd like to start by acknowledging that Queen's University is situated on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe people. And we want to acknowledge their both historic presence and care for the land and their continued presence on the land and care for it. And we're very grateful to also be able to live, learn, and work on these lands. Now, we are in Canada, in the beautiful historic waterfront city of Kingston, Ontario, just on the northeastern shore of Lake Ontario. And by Canadian standards, Queen's is a mid-sized university with approximately 24,000 students. Queen's does hold a significant place in our country's history. In fact, Queen's was founded in 1841, so 26 years before Canadian Confederation, meaning we have over 180 years of experience educating future leaders from around the world. And although we are a university with lots of fun traditions, what continues to make Queen's one of the top universities in the country is its continued commitment to teaching, to innovation, to research, as well as student supports. Now, no matter what you choose to study at Queen's, you can make your degree as unique as you are. Choose courses as far as the electives are concerned, from astrophysics to Latin, commerce to history. You'll get to take advantage of instructional learning styles such as blended learning or integrating face-to-face with the online learning, as well as maybe the flipped classroom style of instruction. And you'll be engaging with world-class professors, learning from them in very innovative teaching spaces. There's something for everyone at Queen's, and the opportunities to get relevant experience go well beyond the classroom. Everything from the arts, be fine arts, performing arts, dance, music, and drama, a triple threat program that we offer, all of the above. Or perhaps maybe you're looking for something outside the classroom, such as maybe an interest club. We have more per capita than any institution in the country, I believe. There's also summer work experience opportunities, such as on-campus research or maybe even an entrepreneurial opportunity. And there's also internships, which are available to students in pretty much every faculty. With internships being 12 to 16 months, you get the opportunity to work in your field of specialization. You get the opportunity to gain real-world experience, make a real difference because you're there for a year, of course, build your resume, and the average salary is around $43,000 for the year for a student. And of course, although your time at Queen's, during your time at Queen's, we will encourage you to start thinking globally because we live in a global community and we engage in a global marketplace. So consider taking advantage of a study abroad opportunity with one of our hundreds of partner institutions all around the world. Or maybe you would like to spend a semester at our castle in East Sussex, England, which serves as our international campus. Queen's does attract some of the best undergraduate students from across Canada and from around the world, and a 94.6% retention rate, meaning the percentage of students who continue into their second year and on, proves that we take our promise to support our students very seriously. Not only do our students make that successful adjustment to university life, they continue to significantly outperform the average when it comes to progressing through their studies and graduating on time. And with a 91% employment rate 6 months after graduation in a field related to your career, our graduates move into the marketplace as very sought after and employable professionals, regardless of the program that you are pursuing. Queen's is a comprehensive university with program offerings ranging from applied sciences to the social sciences, from humanities to the creative arts, the fine arts. So chances are we offer a program that you'd be interested in. Arts there on the screen represents the Bachelor of Arts, science, of course, representing the Bachelor of Science, and all the different majors you could find in there. So arts could have, of course, music major, art history preservation. Music is direct entry music performance, music theaters, that triple threat program I mentioned, dance, music, and drama. Fine art, of course, the visual arts, and all the other direct entry programs that you can find at Queen's University, engineering, nursing, health sciences, all available to you. Our fine art department is housed within Ontario Hall, seen in this slide. Right from year one, you'll be provided with studio space, and the amount of studio space you have simply increases as you move on from year one up into year 4. If for those interested in the performing arts such as dance, music drama, or the music performance, you'll become very familiar with our Isabel Center. And here's a great shot of the interior main auditorium, which floats within the center of the building itself. Now, the application can be found on OUAC, the Ontario University Application Center, or the Common App. We are test optional. The only other thing you might see on your applicant to-do list would be maybe a requirement for an audition. If you're applying for a performance-based program, fine art, then you would have a portfolio to submit. Aside from that, maybe a supplementary essay, but that would be pretty much it. And of course, keep checking your emails because we communicate with you that way. Keep working hard, and we would love to engage with you further if you would like to send us an email or check us out on our social media platforms. Thank you so much, and I'll pass it back over to Catherine, our moderator.
Awesome, thank you. The next representative is from Leeds Art University, UK.
Right, thank you, Catherine. Sorry.
No worries.
My screen, yeah. Right, so my name is Omar. I'm an international officer from the Leeds Art University in England. The picture that you're seeing now is our campus. Moving on, so why study in the UK, which is the main aspect really, before even talking about the university. So there are many benefits to studying for your degree in the UK. One of them being a high quality education that we do offer, because you will get, I mean, most of the universities within the UK, quite a lot of them are in the top 100 or the top 50 best universities, and the high quality degrees that you will generate from that would help you in your future careers as well. Rich culture and heritage. Most places within the UK have rich culture, from Scotland going all the way to the north and the south of England, all the way to Wales as well. So we've got some of the world's best museums and galleries, including the Henry Moore Institution, which is actually based in Leeds. The Hepworth Wakefield as well, which is also a massive gallery. Yorkshire Sculpture Park as well. One of the other qualities would be the shorter and cheaper degrees, and our degrees are quite short, so it means that most of the universities in Leeds traditionally do run for 3 years for you to get a degree, and our postgraduates are for 12 months. Post-study work visa, so that means that any international students that come across are eligible for a post 2-year visa after studies, which is the graduate route. So you can use that as a stepping stone for your resume and go into an industry after your studies. Moving on to Leeds Art University, which is the university itself. So we're the only specialist arts university in the north of England, which is exciting. And we were established in 1846. We've got over 200 international students representing over 70 different countries, which is also brilliant. So we are a very small, very friendly and supportive. And that's why we pride ourselves on the support that we give to every single student. So as a student, you'll get to know your professors on a personal level. And we've got something called an open door policy, which means there's help whenever you need it. So we believe this unique approach is why we were ranked #1 for student support in the Oscar Awards last year, which we are very proud of. We also recently received an 87% rating in the latest National Student Survey, which is actually the highest ranking for any specialist arts university. Our staff are practicing artists and designers, which is exciting for students to know. We've also got alumni, including Damien Hirst, who's a most prominent member of the Young British Artists and one of the highest earning living artists in the world. We've also got Barbara Hepworth, who studied with us, one of the few female artists of our generation to gain prominence. And also Henry Moore, which I've talked about, is one of the most revered sculptors of our times. He's left his legacy around the world in the form of his iconic bronze statues. Leeds as a location. So Leeds is located in the north of England, where you can see here, just up. So it's ideally situated for exploring all of the UK. We've got excellent transport links. For example, our airport is actually the biggest in the north, called Leeds Bradford Airport. You're only 1 hour flight away to Dublin and Amsterdam, Paris, so students can utilize this, to go around, explore as artists, or even visit other cities as well. We're just over 2 hours away from London by a train, and 3 hours to Edinburgh in Scotland by a train as well. So nothing is quite far while studying in Leeds. So Leeds, as a city as well, is an exciting, rapidly growing city with a thriving music and art scene. We've got over 125,000 students in Leeds every year, and it was actually voted UK's best student city by the Independent, and which makes it very diverse and multicultural as well. So it's a very vibrant city with a young student population. Well known for shopping and nightlife, for example, nightclubs, bars, restaurants, cinemas. And as it's situated in the heart of Yorkshire, you're only a short bus ride away from some of the most stunning sceneries in the UK as well. We're actually the third largest city in the UK, behind London and Manchester. Lower cost of living as well is one of the other options for students compared to our counterparts in London or south of England, which makes it more attractive for students getting the same quality education. Right, some of the pictures that you see in there, the top left-hand side is called the Kirkgate Market. It's actually the biggest indoor market in Europe. So most of our students, not just our students, but the universities that we've got in Leeds, students tend to find most of their supplies in there because it's absolutely brilliant to actually get in there. So Leeds is actually inspiring, mixed of old and new. The bottom left is actually Haywood House. It used to be where the Queen's cousin lives. So it's an open garden space for people to utilize, the general public. So students tend to go there as an inspiration as well. Moving on to our courses as well. So we do offer 15 exciting undergraduate courses from BA animation all the way to visual communication. We've got some of our biggest courses as well, such as fine art, graphic design, illustration, fashion design. These are very, very popular courses for international students. They generally full every year. One of the most surprising ones is the popular music performance course that we do offer. For all of these courses, you can find more information about them on our website as well. And also chat to our current students, just give you more details of what the course entails. If you want to go further after your undergraduate courses, we do offer postgraduate courses on most of those undergraduate ones as well, from MA animation all the way to digital fashion. We still got the big ones there as well, such as fine art, graphic design, and graphic novel. More information could also be found in our website for these. So moving on to facilities, we believe that every student have to have the best facility to actually get the best out of them. So we've invested over £22 million, which was completed in 2019. So we've got a state-of-the-art subject-specific studios and workshops, including 3D print areas, fashion studios, photographic studios, filmmaking studios. We've also got a 230-seat music auditorium for our music students to actually utilize. Specialist art galleries, libraries, public exhibition galleries, so that students can showcase their work, not just for staff, but for the general public to view as well. So all these facilities are equipped to industry standard facilities as well. So you will be able to produce work that meets or exceeds the demand of modern practice in art and design.
Awesome. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder that if anyone has any questions at all, to feel free to submit those using the Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen. Any questions at all, our representatives are here and available to assist. The next representative is from the Cooper Union, New York. You're on mute.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yep, sounds great. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, excellent. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Daniel. I'm an admissions representative from the Cooper Union. Thank you so much for joining us today. The Cooper Union is a rich university, rich in history that is focused on inclusion and access. For example, the women's right to vote started in our Great Hall. And one of the biggest advantages of our school is that we are a small school, but within the context of New York City, specifically the East Village. And that is obviously a great place to be and learn. Our campus has just three buildings, but there are a lot going on in these buildings. And because at CU, we believe in experiential learning that crosses the boundaries of our three programs. We have under 1,000 undergraduate students, which means you're getting a small class size and lots of personal interaction with professors. For example, our student to professor ratio is 8:1. There's a great ratio that is a lot of time you're going to be spending talking and pollinating with professors. We have three schools centered around design, creation, building, and innovation at Cooper. The first one is our Erwin Ischenen School of Architecture. This is where you will earn a 5-year NAAB accredited Bachelor of Architecture degree. This is the degree you need to become an architect. Students from all 5 years work in the same building side by side in a giant open studio. This allows everybody from all classes to work together on things like drawing, model making, and design development, along with digital tech. For architecture, we used a studio-based curriculum with rigorous critique and debate. The next school, as you can see here in the middle here, is the School of Art. We offer a 4-year degree in fine arts. There are no majors at our School of Art. We offer a holistic artistic working in multiple disciplines. The first year, you will be taking general artwork. So that includes coursework in drawing, painting, printmaking, photography, film, and graphic design. This provides you with different perspectives and experimentation across all the disciplines. Students at Cooper who are studying art from their sophomore year and beyond get their own dedicated studio space. The next school and the last school is our Albert Nurkin School of Engineering. This has degrees in 5 areas: civil, chemical, electrical, mechanical, and general engineering. Students come to our engineering school to engage in challenging and rewarding hands-on project-based learning experience. Freshman year for the engineering class, you will be studying problem solving. This is where you'll be working on projects that we think are important to society, such as reimagining waste, designing rain gardens in the city, automated robots, and refugee in-flight shelter kits. Our highest performing students and the engineering program go on to pursue our integrated master's and bachelor's program that allows you to attain both degrees in just 4 years. Also, if you're an engineering student and if you want, you can minor in bioengineering, math, computer science, or humanities. That brings me to our labs and facilities. Here at Cooper, we have access to countless labs and facilities. A recent addition to our lab is our lab space is our art, architecture, construction, and engineering lab. This is where we have state-of-the-art technology that allows students from all 3 schools to work and learn together. Some of the equipment that we have that you can use are 3D printers, water jet cutters, CNC routers, embroidery machines, along with other things. Our VIP program is an interdisciplinary venture where you will work with students on projects centered around a common theme, such as designing a smart city. We have a great student life here at Cooper. We have over 80 clubs. We also have competitive clubs. Some of the competitive clubs are Formula, SAE, Chemie, and Steelbridge. We also offer housing to all of our freshman students here at Cooper. Our housing is located 2 minutes from our campus building, and it's in the middle of the East Village in New York City, and that is an amazing area where you have tons of schools that are nearby that you can kind of cross-pollinate with other students. There's amazing food, amazing cultural events, and we also offer a career development for great opportunities at Cooper. Most students participate in at least 2 internships, many of which are paid. And before you graduate Cooper, we have personalized assistance in finding your next step. Financial aid. Every admitted student is automatically awarded a half tuition scholarship valued at $22,275 for every year they attend. Seniors should apply for FAFSA as early as October 1st, and exceptional candidates are automatically considered for additional merit awards. And of course, if you qualify, we also have a great work-study program that a lot of students take advantage of. We work with students to make sure that they are not deterred from attending for financial reasons. The average cost of attendance for our incoming class last year was $14,111. This number is why Cooper is consistently ranked as one of the best valued schools in the country. As far as application requirements goes, we have the Common App. We have both early and regular decisions. Our deadlines are listed here, and we will be test optional for this year. If you like, I'd like to point you at this point to our virtual information session that we host once a month. Information is on our website at www.cooper.edu/apply. Thank you so much for attending. If you have any additional questions, please email us at admissions@cooper.edu. Thank you.
Thank you. The next representative is from the University of Edinburgh, Scotland.
Great, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Hilary Sementina, and I am the Regional Admissions Representative for the University of Edinburgh, Scotland. So to start with, the city of Edinburgh is Scotland's capital city. So as a capital, it has everything you would expect: museums, theaters, cinema, nightlife, etc. But it's a very compact and walkable city. We don't have a metro or subway system. Has a very neighborhoodly feel. I'd say most people walk, ride their bike, or take the bus, so you do not need a car to get around. Population-wise, it's also relatively small for a capital, just over 500,000 people. And there are actually 4 universities in the city of Edinburgh. So students make up about 15% of the city's population. So it really is a student-friendly city to be in. The University of Edinburgh is one of Scotland's ancient universities, founded in 1583, and we're currently ranked 16th in the world. We are a large research-based institution. Over 85% of our academic staff are actively involved in research across multiple subjects, and this research directly influences our undergraduate and our postgraduate teaching. We are Scotland's largest university with over 45,000 students from 160 different countries. About 25,000 of our students are undergraduates, and in total, about 41% of our student population comes from outside of the UK. So it really is a diverse, multicultural university and city. And we are proud to say that we are the #1 destination in the United Kingdom for US and Canadian students. So we have many events and clubs on campus that celebrate and support our diverse student community. And I should mention our staff community is also very diverse, with 1/3 of our staff coming from outside of the UK. So it really is an international education you'll be getting at Edinburgh. So the university is divided into 3 colleges. We have the largest being the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. This is where you'll find subjects such as English literature, history, business, law, and you'll also find our Edinburgh College of Art, which I will discuss more in a bit. Then we have the College of Science and Engineering, where you can find subjects like computer science, physics, engineering, mathematics, biological sciences, amongst others. And then the smallest is our College of Medicine and Veterinary Medicine, where our medical and vet students study. So as a large university, you'd expect us to have a lot of degree programs. We have about 390 undergraduate degrees that you can choose from. So hopefully we offer something that you're interested in. And our academic year is divided into 2 semesters. Semester 1 runs from September until December, and then semester 2 is from January until May, and you take your exams at the end of each semester. So Edinburgh College of Art is the art college within the University of Edinburgh, and it's located in the historic Gothic Old Town of the city. So we offer degrees in architecture, art, design, and music. Students studying within Edinburgh College of Art have studio space and workshops from their first year of study. These students also have access to their own libraries and collections, and they put on performances and exhibit galleries as well. And at the end of the year, there's a big sort of show of all of the projects that students have done at the end of their 4-year degree. So mentioning that 4-year degree, that's the typical length of an undergraduate degree in Scotland, and this is slightly different than the rest of the UK. In England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, most undergraduate degrees are only 3 years in length. So this 4-year structure means that students have flexibility and choice in the subjects that they study in their first 2 years. So although you will do compulsory courses or projects for your major, you also can take electives and other subjects outside of your major. Even for our students studying in Edinburgh College of Art, if you're doing photography, for example, you'll do some compulsory courses and projects for photography, but you could also take a history class or an English class if you wanted to as well. Once you get into your 3rd year, that's where you specialize and focus specifically on your major. And most of our degrees have the option to do a year abroad in the 3rd year. Our Edinburgh College of Art has lots of exchanges with other art institutions across the globe. No matter what you decide to study, though, we really encourage students to do independent, self-guided thinking. And importantly, our degrees are internationally recognized, so you don't have to worry getting your bachelor's degree, your undergraduate degree in Edinburgh will be equivalent as to doing an undergraduate degree in the United States. Obviously, your studies are important, but so is life outside of the classroom. In September, we have Welcome Week, the week before classes begin, which is full of welcome and orientation events for new students. We highly recommend that you get involved in one of our student groups or societies or sports teams. We have about 290 student groups, which I believe is more than any other UK institution. These range from the serious, like the debate team and Amnesty International, to the not so serious, like the Harry Potter Society or the Chocolate Lovers Society. Housing wise, we offer about 9,000 residential rooms for students to live in, and our international undergraduates are guaranteed housing in their first year. And then moving on to applications, now that you've heard that Edinburgh is a great place and I want to go there, you apply through the Universities and College Admissions Service, or UCAS, which is like the UK's version of the Common App. You'll submit your qualifications for US students. That's typically an ACT, SAT, or AP exams. If you're applying for art and design degrees, you'll need to submit a mini portfolio as well. And then all students submit a personal statement and 1 letter of recommendation. So if you want to know more about Edinburgh, you can scan our QR code that has useful information for US applicants. Do a virtual visit of the campus in the city, and I highly recommend chatting to our current students to get their perspective. And you can contact us at the email address there, and I'll also put that in the chat. Thank you very much.
We really appreciate it. Just another friendly reminder that if anyone has any questions at all, to feel free to submit those using the Q&A button. Any questions at all about the college application process, or even if you have a specific question for any of our reps here tonight, we encourage you to include the school name. Our last representative, but certainly not least, is from Manhattan School of Music, New York.
All right. Hi, everyone. Let me just share. All right. I hope we can all see that okay. So I'm here to talk about Manhattan School of Music for our musicians on the call. We are a music conservatory located in New York City. And a music conservatory means that all of our students are earning, they're in full-time, fully accredited degree programs, but they're studying music performance. So everyone in every major is looking to perform music, and they're doing music classes and performance all day, every day. We've been around for a long time. We were founded in 1918 and moved to our current location in the late 60s. We have 2 interconnected buildings that our students are spending time in. Being in New York City is definitely an advantage for our students. They have access to all the incredible cultural institutions of the city. They can hop on the train and quickly be down to see the Met Opera, the New York Philharmonic, Carnegie Hall, Jazz at Lincoln Center. So we're very connected. We have a wonderful community of about 1,000 students, and about half of those students are actually international students coming from 40 to 50 different countries each year. So even though we're a smaller school, we have a wonderfully diverse population of students. And our faculty are fantastic, and they are helping in a supportive way you to grow and become the artist you're hoping to be. So we have 5 different areas of study. At the bachelor's level, we offer musical theater, jazz, and classical performance. And then at the graduate level, we no longer offer musical theater, but we add in contemporary and orchestral performance programs. And then these are our 6 different, sorry, one is missing because it's brand new. We have a new certificate diploma that's a 2-year diploma that students can apply for as well after a master's degree. All right, so your first 2 years of study at MSM are fairly fixed. You take a set of core classes that are common among conservatories, so music theory, history, oral skills, keyboard skills. You generally take 1 humanities course each semester throughout your bachelor's degree. Obviously, the graduate students are a little more focused on career entry and less on more general education requirements. But we don't offer any math or science. And before I forget to even say so, we are completely test optional. So we don't require those standardized test scores. And then of course, every week you would have a lesson with your private teacher in addition to your large and small ensemble rehearsals. I already mentioned our faculty, but they are truly incredible. I encourage you to go on our website, check out our faculty directory. There's nothing like running into Pincus Zuckerman or Ron Carter in the hallways. They're so inspiring, and they're here as a resource for our students. Just a quick numbers summary. We have about 980 students on our campus right now, 8 performance spaces, and the largest program by far is our classical program. If you're not familiar with New York City, there's a little map here for you, and we are located in Morningside Heights, which is the top left corner there. So we're just northwest of Central Park, and we're also next to 2 parks immediately adjacent. So we're in an academic neighborhood with Columbia and Barnard, and a very pretty quiet corner of New York City. Just to give you a couple quick shots, I won't even talk so that you can see a little bit of our spaces. We have a lot of wonderful performance spaces, large and small, and they're free for you to reserve, record in. You get recordings of all your performances on campus. I won't bore you with the meal plan, but our dormitory is attached, mostly double, some single rooms, and they're really incredible spaces. So our application opened on September 1st and is due December 1st of each year. And for many instruments that will involve pre-screening to find out if you would be invited to audition in the springtime. So if you haven't started that process, we don't use the Common App. You can go on our website now and get started. We also obviously have lots and lots of practice space. And if you live in the dorms, those are 24-hour rooms available to you. So you don't have to worry about an angry neighbor getting upset if you're practicing late at night or you have a louder instrument, anything like that. We have a lot of student organizations. These are our organizations from last year. We can't compete with a university with tens of thousands of students, but this list is always changing to represent who's on our campus. I know this year they added a knitting club and a Judaism club. So lots going on. We do have an exchange program and a cross-registration program with Barnard for our humanities courses. And we do have a Center for Music Entrepreneurship that acts as a gig referral service. And also they teach curriculum on, how to build a website, do your taxes, write grants to get government funding to tour abroad, all sorts of stuff. They're a really wonderful resource. And I think my time is probably up, but if you have any questions, I'll throw my email right in that chat.
Very helpful information. Thank you. And thank you to all the representatives. Again, so much great information. We do have some time left. And so at this time, we're now going to pivot into our Q&A portion of this session. We invite all our representatives to go ahead at this time to turn on their cameras and get ready for our first question here, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go ahead and get started in the same order in which you all presented in.
Right. Well, I guess the one thing I would say, I tend to say it each time, is something I wish I had done more of when I was exploring colleges and universities. And that's to not just read view books and check out websites, but really reach out and get to know firsthand what it's like at each institution. So I would be reaching out to admission staff like myself and also current students and just finding out, okay, what is it like to study at this institution, and really benefit from their knowledge as far as navigating the admission process and figuring out, okay, is this where I'm gonna be at home?
Yeah, I would agree with Nathan there. Do a bit more research on the different institutions that you want to go to. Maybe narrow it down, cut it down to maybe 3. I know we're living in difficult times in which students can't visit some of these campuses, but hopefully things are getting better. In my time, you could go down and have a look at the institution's facilities, of what they offer, and see that it fits for you as well. Just make sure that everything you do fits around you. Look at the surroundings, facilities, look at the reviews, chat to the current students that are there, even past students, to see if you could get some experience from there before choosing your destination. That's my view. Cheers.
Hello, everyone. I would advise people to actually go to the school, see if it's the city that you want to live in, it's the area you want to live in, and talk to the students about what their experience is like at that school and if it might be a good match for you. That is where you're going to get the best information from the student body. Another thing I would say is that in your application, be boastful. Don't it's one of the rare opportunities you get to brag about yourself. So don't pass it up, and we'd like to see that. So yeah.
I would say when doing your research to take statistics with a grain of salt, because every university loves to publish their best statistics. So you don't necessarily need to go to the university that's ranked the highest or has the best student satisfaction, or you just go, if you can, try to visit it yourself and see how you will feel in that space and environment. Because at the end of the day, statistics change every year, but you're going to be doing your degree for 3-4 years probably. So try to choose something that you feel you will be happy in.
I'll say, especially for music, but probably for all of these arts studies where you have a primary mentor, to definitely reach out to the faculty. I think sometimes people see them as off limits during the application process, but they're still there to meet you and talk with you. And that should be a big part of your decision. And you should have the opportunity to kind of feel out that relationship a little bit before you have to make a decision. So the admissions people are a great place to start if you need to get connected to a faculty member.
Great advice. Thank you. Always really helpful to hear advice, tips, suggestions that are coming from college representatives, especially during this time of college applications. The next question here is what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? What's one thing you want students to remember about your school?
Okay, this is always fun because there's so many things I'd like you to remember. Echoing my colleagues, come visit and find out for yourself. I guess it would be, this time I'm going to say it's, when we often say it, Queen's University is Kingston, the city that we're in, and Kingston is Queens. The university and the city are kind of inseparable. You're part of one community, you're part of the other. And it was, it's been rated one of the best university towns in the world in previous ratings. So yeah, come check it out for yourself. And that's one thing I'd say it stands out. It's a great community, great institution to be a part of.
Yeah, I would say actually invite students to come over to the north, really, because most students tend to just stick to going around London. That's what they think all England is, to be fair. But yeah, it's lovely to come down to Leeds, the north of England. And we're the only specialist university, really. So that's what really stands out for us, the facilities that we present for them, and the cohesion in terms of engagement with the students, the support system that they've got in terms of welfare support, career support. So these are the things that I would say students should try and remember, because we've got a 92% rate of students finishing their degrees, either going into employment or even furthering their education and doing a master's. So the support system, I would say, would be the best. And also to check out the north, come and see Leeds and see if you like sports, Leeds United's there as well. So that would be something that we can collaborate on. Thank you.
I would say for the Cooper Union, just remember and bring home that it's a small school, and it's a small school in New York City. So you're going to have all of this stuff available to you, but at the same time for your education, you're going to have an 8-to-1 student to professor ratio, which is great, and it's going to be a great experience. Yeah.
I would say for the University of Edinburgh that our degree structure allows flexibility for students in what they study. Even if you're doing, courses like photography or animation or illustration that are sort of more focused, you still in your first 2 years of study have the option to take classes in other subjects across the university that you may not get to do if you go to a smaller art school. If that's what you want to do, that's great. But if you feel like you still want to have the options to take other classes before really fine-tuning and honing on your art or design skills, then perhaps Edinburgh is a choice for you.
For Manhattan School of Music, I would say we're absolutely a conservatory of faculty and staff that are pushing our students for artistic excellence at the highest level. However, that's in the context of a really supportive community, a vibrant community where people recognize each other and are supportive and congratulating each other on their successes. So it's just a very special place to be pursuing your musical art.
Awesome. Thank you. I absolutely love that question. I think it really just speaks to how unique each institution really is. And I think you all left us on a really good note to think about as we all leave here tonight. So again, thank you so much to our representatives for being here, for sharing. We really appreciate it. And thank you to each of you for joining us. We have now reached the conclusion of this session. As we close, there'll be a very quick 5-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback is really helpful. This is one of many college presentations being offered tonight, so feel free to check the schedule on the website for more. And lastly, this session is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/COSI. Thank you all and have a great night.